What is up, my good people? We got top 10 scary toxic. Okay, they say toxic places on Earth. Ooh, this ought to be good. And of course, we welcome back most amazing top 10s. And well, what places can be toxic that you don't want to go to? Well, hell, I want to find out. And if you're new here, like, share, subscribe. And without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Most amazing channel on the internet. I am your host, Miss Rebecca J. Felgate, and we are getting...
And I put most amazing top 10s a lot. They got some good content. But I'll get some other channels in here soon.
toxic as we talk the top 10 scary toxic places on Earth. Oh my god, the urge to sing Britney Spears' Toxic is so strong, but I'll save it to the end of the video. So before we get into this, I want to ask you guys, what smell do you hate most in the world? Literally, I'm gonna have to go with the smell of vomit. If I smell vomit...
Any type of bad smell, I'm gonna hurl. So I don't like anything that smells really bad, because I will puke.
I will vomit. It's worse than any other smells. Good, aren't we having a lovely chat? If you like our videos, always do remember to leave a thumbs up on them, share them with a friend. If you haven't yet subscribed to Most Amazing Top 10, then go ahead and do so. You can squeeze in before 6 million. Check out the links in our description box for further information on our sources, and for all of the Instagrams, our Most Amazing Instagram, and everyone who else went into making this video. Toxic. Alright, let's do this. Alright, coming in at number 10, this wins the prize for being the most interesting place to look at on this list. I mean, it looks very toxic.
Just look at that! Who would want to go there? No, no, no. That looks like it'll make your skin melt off your body.
We have Dallol in Ethiopia. Dallol is toxic and it is hot, hot, hot. In fact, it is one of the hottest places on Earth. It is 116 meters below sea level, and when places are below sea level, they actually tend to be hotter than places that are high up. The average yearly temperature here is 34.6 degrees Celsius, which is 94.5 Fahrenheit. Temperatures in the summer, though, reach a scorching 45 degrees Celsius, or 114 degrees Fahrenheit. Dallol is a melting pot of volcanic rock, spurting sulfuric acid and burning salt, which also means it stinks. Literally look at it. It's been labelled as the hellhole of creation, and I get it, but I also kind of love it. Despite being smelly, hot and toxic, some people do actually live here. They are widely considered...
Why would you want to live there? Why? I wouldn't want to live there. No.
Be agents of the devil by other Ethiopians though. So, coming in at number 9, we have Centralia, USA. Centralia is a ghost town and a wasteland all in one. It's arguably the most toxic place in the United States, and it's been on fire since I
actually heard about this, and I kind of want to go there to check it out, because really intriguing it is. Just listen to the young lady, you'll see why.
62. Centralia used to be a thriving mining town in Columbia County in Pennsylvania. Founded in 1841, things were going fine on the surface until 1962, when the town's bad waste disposal practice blew up in their face. Literally. Deliberate trash burning was likely the cause of a fire that sparked and could now keep on burning for 250 years. The residents first noticed that the fire was going when smoke began billowing from the ground, accompanied by a foul smell of burning trash. Not only that, carbon monoxide was detected seeping from the ground, which is very dangerous. With toxic plumes and temperatures hotter than mercury, it was decided that it was far too dangerous to even try to put out the flames, and as a result, result, the town was evacuated slowly, but many remained living there until 1981 when a 12-year-old boy fell into a sinkhole that suddenly opened up in his back garden. He survived by holding onto a tree root, but things could have taken a way more tragic turn because the sinkhole was releasing hot poisonous gas. Coming in at number 8, we have Sumgayit in Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is my favourite name of a country ever. Such a good name. So chances are if you have a baby...
A very, very interesting name, I have to say. I mean, it's hard to pronounce.
In this city, one of the most toxic polluted on the planet, it will be born with a birth defect. It seems that a high percentage of babies here have Down syndrome, bone disease, spina bifida, cleft palates, clubbed feet, extra toes or fingers, or just other birth.
Okay, why would you want to go there then? That's a no. Why would you want to live there? No. Or let alone have a kid there. Did you hear what she just said? No.
Defects in general. A lot of other babies born here are sadly stillborn too. So why? Because 120,000 tons of chemical emissions from more than 40 factories in the area are creating a poison gas cloud. Now this used to be a Soviet-era industrial centre and a lot of the factories are now closed, but old ones are seeping pollutants, including mercury, which is bad news. This next place is a burning dump, but actually though, coming into number 7, we have Agbogbloshie in Ghana. Ghana imports around 215,000 tons of used consumer electronics every year. Half is recycled and the other half is burned. The Agbogbloshie dump site in Accra, Ghana is the place...
That just looks like a place of hell. Look at that. No. That's a big no. Nope.
It's where electronic waste goes to die. By that I mean they're setting it on fire and releasing some serious pollutants. Toxic smoke billows from this place and people are breathing it into their lungs, which is very bad news indeed. Those who are in the area, especially those who work there, are exposed to carbon monoxide, arsenic and zinc, which are very abundant in the air. Workers at the site were actually found to have very high levels of toxic cancer-inducing chemicals in their system. I feel like I've talked about this next one a couple of times recently. Coming into number 6, we have the lake that killed a village. Scary stuff. I love...
Wait, what? There's a lake that killed a village? I never heard of this. Let's find out some more about this one.
Lakes, but this one can kill you. Lake Nyos was the epitome of scary and toxic, but absolutely nobody knew about it until it was too late. The lake is in Cameroon and was high on the flank of an inactive volcano. Now, a pocket of magma was secretly leaking carbon dioxide into the water with nobody knowing. On the 21st of August 1986, carbon dioxide trapped at the bottom of the deep lake burst out in an underwater eruption that created a very deadly gas cloud. The cloud then descended into nearby villages, killing people and livestock within a 25-kilometer radius. Almost 2,000 people suffocated and 3,000...
That is just crazy. Like, holy crap. Crazy.
1,500 livestock perished. A lot of people died in their sleep and were none the wiser. There have been efforts to prevent this happening in the future, but the lake's natural wall is weakening, which means that there is a chance that it could burst and flow into villages below. This could release even more gas and kill even more people. Coming into number 5, we have the Citarum River. The Citarum River runs through Bangdan in Java, Indonesia. The water is absolutely disgusting and considered the world's most polluted river. Domestic and industrial waste are thrown into the river, even though factories along the riverbank are supposed to clean up their waste before they toss it. They just don't. If you look at images of the river, you will see it's actually very much filled with plastic waste. When tested, the water was found to contain lead, aluminium, iron, manganese, and other chemicals unsafe for consumption. Yet despite that, the river provides drinking water for people in the area, and it's
Why? Can't you find another source of drinking water for these poor people? I mean, you want to kill them? No, thank you. I would be buying a bottle of water if I lived there.
depended on by 25 million people daily. It is estimated that the river has directly damaged the health of 500,000 people. Not only that, the dirty water is used to grow crops, which then themselves grow with high amounts of unsafe chemicals in them.
I will not be eating
The good
crop
news is
there.
that efforts are being made to clean the river, so hopefully its reputation improves. The majority of the fish in the river have already died, so now former fishermen who lost their jobs are dedicating their livelihoods to collecting garbage. Okay, I'm always excited when
That is kind of sad. Got fishermen lost their jobs. Now they have to collect garbage. What a change. Wow. That is just sad.
I get to say the word smelting, so even though our number 4 is kind of a nightmare, I do get to use a cool word today. Coming into number 4, we are talking about Norilsk, Russia. So founded in the year 1935 amid Russia's Industrial Revolution, Norilsk is one of the most polluted places in the world. Why? Because it's home to one of the biggest smelting sites in the world. Smelting, 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 smelting.
Okay, we get the point.
The site is located above the Arctic Circle, where conditions are already difficult to live in. Now, the reason why the city exists is because of the nickel, copper, and palladium mines. 2 million tons of sulfur dioxide and other nasties are released into the air around the city, which is home to 170,000 people.
Why not?
It won't come as a surprise that respiratory diseases and cancer are pretty common in the...
Do you think, with all that, yeah, it's highly, I'm surprised the whole town ain't got cancer. It's unsafe.
area. Beyond that though, some estimates say that 1% of global sulfur dioxide emissions actually come from right there in the nickel
Look at the
mines.
water.
Keeping it in Russia, but way more south, because I mean it's actually a massive country, right? We have, please excuse my pronunciation, we have Dzerzhinsk, which is dirty, at number 3. It's been a while, but in 2007, the Guinness Book of
Russia
Records
made it
named this
first
city the
place.
most polluted in the world, and if
Oh,
you look at
that's
pictures, you can
disgusting.
absolutely see why. I'm not even there, and I can tell it's gross. Now, the reason being that during Russia's chemical weapon manufacturing days, I say that like it's over, but I mean, let's be real. Anyway, between the years of the 1930s and 1998, 300,000 tons of chemical waste were put into landfill here. Do you want to see some pictures of this toxic wasteland? Because
No,
honestly, I'm
let me see it.
horrified. It seems that
Take it back. Let me
190
see it.
harmful chemicals seeped into the ground and are now polluting the city. The discarded barrels are still there. It's gross. Now, you won't be surprised to hear that life expectancy here for men is 42 and 47 for women. 80% of people here die as
Well, hell, the men die before the women? Golly. I ain't going there.
a result of the environmental issues, which leads me to say, why would anyone live there? Okay, we're
Exactly.
delving deep into toxic history here, a place that's been toxic for thousands of years. Coming into number 2, we have Pluto's Gate. There is a place that is noted in Greek and Roman literature that seems to be referred to as a passage to the underworld, and it actually turns out that the ancient civilizations were not being dramatic in their writing, they just didn't understand what they were experiencing. In ancient legends, there was a place called Pluto's Gate, a gate to the underworld where the god Pluto would strike people down dead if they dared to enter. Shockingly though, the gate was actually found in 2013. During excavations in the ancient city of Hierapolis, which is in modern-day Turkey, archaeologists came across a deadly vent. The so-called gate is at the site of an ancient thermal spring that was said to have healing properties, but was actually a portal to hell that would open at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
A door was built to the most deadly area, and it was treated like a weird deadly tourist spot in ancient times. Visitors could pay to ask the Oracle Pluto questions. Birds and small animals were sold to visitors so they could test how deadly it was, and they would, like, I don't know, throw a little bird in there and it would drop down and die, and they'd be like, Pluto! It seems that there is a geological explanation, but it is still very toxic and deadly. A deep fissure runs beneath Hierapolis, and it constantly emits volcanic carbon dioxide. Now, because of the effect of the rising sun on the gas, it is its most deadly at dawn. Obviously, really there is only one winner here, and of course at number 1, it has to be Chernobyl and Pripyat. On the 27th of April 1986, the worst nuclear disaster in history took place. A reactor at the Chernobyl power plant in the Ukraine exploded and caught fire. Now, it billowed radioactive contamination across the area. It was also
I can see Yeah, that. Ooh. Wow. I bet you that place is full of radiation right now.
Also noted to have precipitated into parts of Russia and Western Europe. Now, the fire was finally contained 9 days later, but that meant that the area was lambasted with toxic fumes for over a week. A 30-kilometer radius exclusion zone near the plant was set up and still remains, leaving the previously thriving town of Pripyat abandoned. It is for the best, as thousands of people died of radiation exposure and many more are suffering long-term consequences, so nobody should ever go there.
Nope.
According to the BBC, 97% of the reactor's radioactive material is still inside the power plant, which means that, aside from the ground literally being poisonous, there is danger of another nuclear disaster. So guys, that was that.
Yeah, I ain't going there. Well, don't plan on going there. There's some fucked up bullshit there. Full of radiation there. Yeah. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. And because I'm baffled of some of these places. But until the next time, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.